Luis on here, Mr. Stoner, bro. And then we got over here on the other side, we got Richard Pyle. What are you doing, Rich? How you doing?
Oh, nothing much. Been playing video games all day today. It's the life of no football season going on right now.
I mean, you know, the Olympic grind is, I mean, there was some pretty interesting news yesterday in the Olympics and stuff like that. I saw,
I
I never
haven't been
saw,
watching that much.
I saw where tons of Winnie the Pooh bears came onto the ice. That's how crazy this dude is. That's from Japan.
Wow,
And he's like, and
that
he
is
won the gold medal last night. And you just see like ladies just throwing Winnie the Pooh bears to the guy. But we're gonna do this weekend review of wrestling. Not much is going on. We might talk about that lazy Rhino on SmackDown, which Rich doesn't agree with. But first, we're gonna start off with Raw. Cena over the Miz. Miz enters the chamber first, but that whole entire thing, promo, whatever you call it, you know it's not a shoot because everything's all written. But I like
yeah.
that. I liked how it started off, and just it was a good thing to bring some fans in, and getting text messages like, "Bro, Miz and Cena are going at it," and I'm like, "No, no, oh no," doing that Miz thing, really, really.
See, I was partially like I was working on a PowerPoint slide or doing something with school, so I had it on in the background. I like the opening segment. I just wish there was more to it. It seems like the Miz. I don't know why they want to put the Miz in the chamber first, but like I told you earlier in the week, I think there's a rumor that his move to Raw was a mistake, and now they want to move him back to SmackDown. So, yeah, but I thought they started out really, really well with Raw last or Monday night.
Cool side question is, do you think Miz is a main event wrestler?
Yes, absolutely. I just don't think that he's a main event wrestler for Raw because I mean, it's like I said, when we get down to the nitty gritty with the Elimination Chamber, it's becoming even more clear that there will be a title change at WrestleMania. But I just don't think it's going to be like whoever. I still think it's going to be Roman Reigns taking that title back. But I just don't see the Miz being a main eventer on Raw. You move him back to SmackDown, have him compete with AJ Styles for a while. Oh man, how good of a feud would that be, man?
Yeah, and then also, I mean, with Dolph Ziggler, we'll get with him later and all that. That
Yep.
just SmackDown's kind of looking interesting. But it's a yes and a no to me. He's just he's a main. He is like that co main event kind of type of character for me. You know, it's like how in Wrestle Kingdom when they had Okada at the main, he was like, it's like Roman Reigns. But there's the other main event, and that's Miz right there. He's right there. But I just give a lot of respect for the Miz from what he started from the Robo, saying that he is going to be a main, a star wrestler, and look how he turned out to be. He's the fucking Miz at the A-lister. Just
Yep.
mad props. But yeah, I mean, it sucks though. I wish he could just. I have a feeling if he goes in first, he might be the last guy pinned.
You talking about pinned by Roman Reigns, right? Because I'm still putting my money on Roman Reigns this Sunday, a week from tomorrow.
Oh no! I'm putting in Braun Strowman.
Fair enough.
That's what I'm saying. Braun Strowman's going to win it. I'm still going to think it's going to be a Brock Lesnar Braun Strowman WrestleMania.
I know I could see it going either way, but from like I said, the reports I read said this is Roman Reigns going to win the Elimination Chamber. So I guess it's a wait and see thing.
Yep. I saw this match, which I don't agree, but it was a good damn tag team match. For a good 2 minutes, it was a Revival over Gallows and Anderson, and I'm a big, huge club fan, like Bullet Club, whatever you want to call it, the Elite. I'm a big fan of them and all the members to it, so I didn't really agree to this, but it goes along with the promo that the Revival cut a few weeks ago.
I want to see the Miz Taraj versus the Balor Club building up to WrestleMania. I think that's what you got to do as soon as this Elimination Chamber's over. I want to see somehow like Miz and Balor somehow screw each other, like somebody screws somebody over and then he goes after that belt. I don't think Finn Balor is going to be the United States champion, but I would love to see a good run between those two factions. But, I just don't know what they're doing with Gallus and Anderson. It's kind of like you need to put them back, let them run with Balor for a while. Sometimes I just question what they're doing in the long run of things. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think the problem with Gallows and Anderson, they thought that I don't know. They thought that they were gonna go off the things, even though they signed like I guess like a 3-year deal. It's kind of long, but it's also kind of short. You know how the way the WWE's been doing. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm waiting for them to like again. We always say this: pull the trigger on the dude. Kind of sucks saying that right now.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go on to the next. Kurt Angle says Rousey will sign deal at pay-per-view. The Elimination Chamber and updates on Jason Jordan injury. When you said JJ, I was just like, who's JJ? Jeff Jarrett?
Oh. No, Jason Jordan. He's just saying what most of us, fans that follow the news on the internet about him being out a year. And I'm going to touch on Ronda Rousey a little bit because there was an article, I don't know if you saw it, about Rob Gronkowski. The WWE says if you retire from the NFL, we're going to offer you a contract like like Rousey's got. So Northeast, I guess they're called Northeast Sports Network up in Boston, says, oh, well, they're going to give Gronk a Ronda Rousey deal. And we all know Ronda Rousey's part-time because she hasn't even shown up yet. And I was like, you guys are complete morons. The reason Rousey is not there yet is like she literally just finished shooting that movie. So she is still going full-time in the WWE. This is why sometimes we'll see articles post by Bleacher Report going into the SmackDown bad writing. And I'm like, they're journalists. They're not sports fans, just like the people up in Boston. I'm excited. I cannot wait for Ronda Rousey to show up. I still think, whoever wins the Elimination Chamber is going to square off against Rousey.
Yeah, I agree with you. I have a feeling if Grant signs, he's going to be partnering up with Mojo.
Yeah, he'll get a SmackDown.
I think he's going to go straight into NXT. Get that work in. He'll get that work in real quick. But, it's just like, okay, we've seen these again. It's just like Ronda Rousey is going to be the Brock Lesnar of the Women's division. Just go in there and dominate and then lose. And, she hates losing. So I wonder how she's like when Vince is telling her, you're going to have to lose this one.
I think it'll be different though, because she knows like it's in the script. Like Vince says, "Hey, you're gonna have to lose this one." Rousey, there's no pressure on her. That's the biggest thing. Now, here's an interesting thing I thought of. Let's say Gronk retires, comes out like next month and says, "Hey, I'm gonna retire." What if they can't get The Rock? Like, if they're really going to try and book a tag team match, what if it's Gronk and Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon? That would be interesting. Hell, Gronk would even go and do it even if he didn't retire to compete at WrestleMania just to see what it's like. That would be an interesting. I thought about that the other day when I saw that article. I was like, you know what? They're still trying to book a Men and a Woman's like against Ronda Rousey and them. And I was like, Gronk. Gronk's name could be part of it. You never know. Never know with Vince.
Yeah, but then again, you're just a Patriots fan and you just want that for Gronk.
Well, everybody's like, oh, you ought to seen the Facebook groups. Oh, man, why would he go to wrestling? He can get hurt. And I said, yeah, you could probably get hurt in a wrestling ring, but there's more risk on a football field than there is in a wrestling ring, believe me.
Not saying that to be safe.
Yes. So I was like, those that do not watch the sport would say something like that, or they're just absolute homers that didn't think Gronk's going anywhere.
Yeah. This one was a pretty good women's match, one of the finest women's match, and I think one of the best matches on the night. It was Bailey over Banks, and yeah, it was good. It was a shocker. I posted that on our group chat. I was just like,
Mhm.
whoa, that's a shocker there, buddies.
That that Banks heel turn is coming.
Yeah, I see that Banks here turn coming here soon. And then we're just gonna go into it and just have all this women's going and ball get into one. After that, then we had Bliss try to apologize to James. And then Absolution comes out and they got in a match and they win. And so over James and Bliss. Do you like what's going on with the women's division right now?
Are they trying to turn Alexa Bliss face? I just it's all confusing now.
She's I think she like there's like those certain few tweeners in there. One's a true babyface, Bailey. You got Banks and Bliss, in my opinion, that are the ones that are they call them the tweeners. They're in between a heel or a baby face and a heel. You could put Mickey James as a baby face, even though she can be a heel because she's done it all. And she could just be a prima donna like that, right?
Yeah, I think they're trying to switch things up a little bit. Maybe they're just laying the groundwork for when Rousey shows up Sunday or a week from at the Elimination Chamber. Maybe they're trying to move some pieces around to establish the pecking order
You
within the
think?
roster. So
You
I
think?
mean, it just makes like what they're doing with it makes absolutely no sense. Like I want to see the Bailey Sasha Banks feud go on for a while. I mean, but I don't know what they're. I guess maybe they're pushing Nia Jax even more solo, like trying to give her that major push.
We
Because
forgot
now
to mention about
she's
her.
not
She
even.
came. She came out later and demolished Bailey and Banks at the end. I forgot
Yep,
about.
yep,
It.
and that's what I said.
But the
Because she
one thing
was
that
so close with Jax, but I think, like I said, you're seeing a realliance for like I said, they're trying to put pieces in place. So I think that's what they're doing. They're moving women around to heel face, setting up for Rousey. I think that's all you're looking at.
do you think the Oscar winning the Royal Rumble really screwed things up in the women's side of the Raw instead of having somebody from SmackDown winning it?
No, I don't think you're gonna. I think you're gonna see Asuka get that belt. I think they're gonna give Asuka the belt at WrestleMania. I still think it's gonna be Asuka and Bliss, and then somehow I don't know what they're gonna do with Ronda Rousey. That's the big thing. Somebody said that it was gonna be Rousey that was gonna eventually end Asuka's career, Asuka's streak, and I was like, no, don't do that. Keep it going.
Yeah. We got Elias in the Strowman segment, which was hilarious.
Funniest segment of the night.
And then whoever coach, I'm on his like coach's team or whatever. But damn, coach, you're stupid. That's not a fucking guitar. That's a bass.
Uh,
That was just hilarious, man. Just ha ha funny.
and
And
what? And Elias is getting the push now.
you know what's shocking though? Braun Strowman has a voice.
But the interesting thing about that is you starting to see a feud go between these two now.
Yeah.
Because before it was like Elias and John Cena, but now they moved away because in John Cena. Let me backtrack a little bit here. The beginning segment, he said WrestleMania would play where people come back from the dead. They're still potentially teasing Cena and Undertaker at WrestleMania. God only knows why. But now you're starting to see that this is why I think Roman Reigns is going to win that Elimination Chamber because he's basically has no one to feud with right now. Because now you're starting to see the Strowman and Elias feud they're starting to put something together with that. And I think that's an excellent feud. I think Elias can hold his own in the ring. Maybe a little bit annoying, but he's getting that good push. So, and maybe that'll be the winner that'll determine who faces the Miz. I mean, you never know. I think Braun Strowman needs a title, but unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be the Universal title. I think you're going to see him and Elias feud all the way up to WrestleMania. Maybe there'll be a match there. But see,
So,
that's
so I'm gonna
that's
write this down. I'm gonna write this down. Elias Strowman Mania. I'm putting that down. So if it's not happening, I'm gonna laugh at you and go, ha ha.
Wait, it could. Well, I'm just saying that's what it looks like it's doing. Because I'm still saying Braun Strowman kicks out of the F5 at WrestleMania and pins Brock Lesnar. That's what they're predicting, and then they're saying he's going to hold on to the title all the way until Survivor Series. So,
I think
but
with Roman Reigns, I think the injury to Dean Ambrose put a whole monkey wrench into the things. I think they were going for that whole entire, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, and have the Shield, have all the titles. But with Dean Ambrose having that injury, I do believe that they're initially like, all right, we've had Strowman against Lesnar, but with another wrestler beside there. Everybody wants to see them go one-on-one.
They could make it a triple threat match with him, Roman Reigns, and Braun Strowman.
And they've done that before. Yeah, they could. But then again, you're just like, well, who's going to go after them? Like you've seen on Raw, like who can compete with the Bar and the Revival, maybe the Club, maybe, but they got pushed down too far. They've been pushed too far down.
Yeah, you got Matt Hardy, you got Jeff Hardy coming back. You got Big Cass coming back. But there is no more Enzo Amore. But
I believe they're gonna hold on to those guys until I think after WrestleMania or until SummerSlam. They did that with Finn Balor last year, and the year before that with Seth Rollins. Like they were ready for WrestleMania, but they're like, nope, we're just gonna hold you off until next time.
And Dean Ambrose won't be back till at least SummerSlam. So
yeah, so I mean, you could just still have the Shield still being partnered up. And I think also this Jason Jordan injury also further puts the wrench in even more,
Well, they were trying to book Seth Rollins versus Jason Jordan for WrestleMania. Now they're talking Seth Rollins versus Kurt Angle because there's like some bitterness going there. So I think you're probably going to see like Seth Rollins come out and he loses the Elimination Chamber. The next night a Raw comes out, and tries to blame Kurt Angle and da-da-da-da-da-da. And then you start to see a feud there. I mean, it's possible. So only time will tell.
I still believe it's going to be a Strowman Lesnar main event. And I'll honestly be up here and be like, yeah, I was wrong. I would say I was wrong. Well, now it goes into Reigns over Sheamus. You got the Bar. This is what I'm saying. And this is what I'm saying. You got Reigns over Sheamus in a one-on-one matchup. You can further do the Shield against the Bar. And you could have the Bar being like, yeah, we beat the Shield because
But they're basically
we beat one with Rollins and Ambrose, and we beat them with Rollins and Reigns, and hopefully when Ambrose comes back, we'll beat him with Ambrose and Reigns, so we could definitely say that we've beaten the Shield.
But the thing is like this is they could still put the belt on Reigns, let Seth Rollins do his feud with Kurt Angle all the way to WrestleMania. Dean Ambrose comes back, partners up with him, and the Shield still reforms. I mean, there's plenty of options going on.
Okay. Continue.
But still there?
Yeah.
Oh. So, yeah, there's plenty of eyes. It's going to be an interesting Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because you get,
so many potential storylines.
At the end of Raw, the 5-way ends with a no contest with Angle announcing Rollins and Balor or in the chamber.
Yeah, I don't like the way this is. Well, it's awesome in a way. But, it's normally a 6-man, but now you're looking at a 5. Or it's normally a 6-man, but now 7 people in the chamber. I just don't know anymore. It'll be, like I said, Monday Night Raw this week is going to be great. But I'm still not sure. Maybe something happens this Monday where one of them just kind of gets bumped out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, somebody else says, okay, well, we're going to have these two wrestle over again. I was hoping we would get a Seth Rollins Finn Balor for that final spot for the main event on Monday night. But now Kurt Angle's like, no, you're both in there. Like, seriously? You had a perfect opportunity to set up a one-off and you shit the bed. It's like, damn.
That's how WWE is. They're there, and then something happened and they blew it. Yeah. So it's just, I don't know, another WWE blunder. So we're gonna go on to SmackDown. The big news coming out on the SmackDown side is Ziggler gets a new deal to become a jobber, like a sweet deal to become a jobber.
Yeah, what is it?
I heard he's getting like paid, like he's gonna be the big time jobber of the year, kind of.
I think Daily DDT said it was like 1.5 million a year for like what, 2 years?
Yeah, 2 to 3 years. I had a. It was 1.
And then once his matches are over, he can leave the arena. He can work indie shows as long as it doesn't interfere with his SmackDown duties. So it's basically like he can go act as long as, he can do whatever he wants to, basically.
His stand up or whatever.
But there's so much young talent on the roster now, and that's why they need him there, because they're so, like you said, they're so injury depleted. It's unreal right now. But then they put him in the main event for the pay-per-view, so I don't think that they're going to have that belt, because I still think they want Shinsuke versus AJ at WrestleMania. I just think they're trying to please him a little bit by putting him in more main events, because the rumor was, like, when he came out to SmackDown or at the Royal Rumble as a 30th entrant, like, he was already on his way out the door, and it was like the last minute Vince says, "Hey, we're going to give you whatever you want and make you stay." So I'm glad that he's back. It used to be Shinsuke was my favorite on SmackDown, but then when I realized that he's probably not going to get the title anytime soon, he's still one of my favorite, but Dolph Ziggler just kind of overjumped him because of the way he's an asshole. I kind of like assholes.
Yeah, he is an asshole, though, that's for sure.
Oh.
We got Ziggler and Corbin attacked by Zayn and KO. That was just weird.
Yeah, they're trying to eliminate people. They're trying to take them out, because remember, the winner of the match was going to be in the beta or the triple threat match.
Yep. And
so if we take them out, we don't have to compete with them.
That's true. Yeah, this is kind of true.
And I'm still calling this too. I'm calling Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. Watch it happen.
I doubt it. I'm just a big fan of that. Just them coming together. I'm just waiting for them just to be like, okay, we're gonna put you into tag teams and let you go for tag team belts. So that's what I think about that. So we're leading with Corbin over KO, which was a shocker, even though that end of days could just be, I don't know, that end of days can just come out of nowhere.
What has Baron Corbin done to get himself back in the title picture? That's what I want to know.
I have no idea, man. Being a good boy.
Maybe because, they were about ready to bury his ass completely down when he screwed up with Cena back over the summer.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, I was just like, because I know this Baron Corbin has fans somewhere out there, because he's not even, like, he doesn't even like the fans. I don't even know. Like, he goes out there and that's really him. That's the sad part.
Yeah. Just excuse me 1 second, Rich. Something's nagging over here in my ear. Just hold on 1 second.
And we are on a commercial break.
Sorry, I felt my ear just felt like inflamed.
I said, we are on a commercial break.
So yeah, we're gonna go down. Sorry about that, guys. We're gonna go down to Rude Jobber in the RKO
No,
segment.
don't forget about Charlotte Flair over Sarah Logan either.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot about that. I went over. We've been talking about KO. I guess because we were talking about. I just combined the two. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about Flair versus Logan.
Because it's like Flair beat not Ruby Riot. I can't remember the other girl's name to save my life.
Liv Morgan.
Yeah, she beat Liv Morgan last week. This week she beats Sarah Logan, and they're talking about, it's going to be Ruby Riot as who's left. I think at the next pay-per-view coming up, you're going to see Ruby Riot versus Charlotte Flair, or Charlotte retains the title, because they're saving that match. But what did they announce at the end of that match? They signed the 6-woman tag team. So I like the match. I like the rivalry they got going on there. So I think it's been done really well.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's like that one group destroying the whole entire faction. That one person that can destroy. It's like that Sting. He's the arch nemesis of the NWO.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's that kind of thing. So yeah, then we're gonna go to Rude Jobber and RKO's Randy Orton segment, and dude, that road game for men that's working wonders on Kevin Owens, or not Kevin Owens, on Randy Orton. Man, what kind of road game for men that he's getting, dude?
What the hell, man? It's like now he has hair, and it was like over the summer he had no hair. It's like rock the bald look. Ain't nothing wrong with having no hair.
It's like remember like on Goodfellas, like the tope guy, get a tope,
Morty, or what is his name? Marty.
Yeah, Marty.
But
and then, Jobber Kalas on both men. Is that his finishing name move?
Kalas, yeah.
Wow.
That's how it's spelled. Because remember, RK, or Randy Orton, RK, one of the Singh brothers. I like how they were bantering each other. He's like, you can't handle the truth. No one likes getting RKOs out of nowhere. And he's like, oh, you mean like this? And then he RKOs him, and then they get into it. And triple threat match at the pay-per-view? Maybe so. That's what it's like. They line it up perfectly. And I dig that match. I really like that match.
It was a good one. I think they're just trying to. I think it's just like another Randy Orton kind of run, in my opinion.
Yeah,
that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to establish him as the main event kind of guy, and let him go up against AJ Styles and have that main event pay-per-view kind of style, which they can honestly do if they can do it right. They just cannot be lazy. That's my perfect opinion. And then you got the New Day Pancake Day. Big E attempts to set eating record.
Yeah, like he tries to eat like 125 pancakes in a minute, and the whole time it's like, oh, he isn't even really eating one. And then Benjamin and Gable come out there and they start throwing pancakes. Would you be offended if I did this? Which sets up the New Day over Benjamin and Gable with what is the name of that finisher they use? The Midnight something or another?
Midnight Hour or some shit?
Yeah, Midnight Hour. That's how they won that with the Midnight Hour. Excellent tag team match. I enjoyed it. I cannot stand Chad Gable anymore. He's coming off as a bit of an arrogant prick to me.
Sounds like Jason Jordan to me.
Yeah.
But this is where I think the WWE just kind of messed up and trying to move things along way too fast. And having Benjamin over, instead of having Jason Jordan staying with Gable and Shelton Benjamin going on his own, it's just from the beginning I wasn't totally agree with this. Like I wasn't totally agree with the Jason Jordan.
I don't think anybody was.
You got the Bludgeon Brothers smash screen from the Usos promo.
Finally, we are gonna get Bludgeon Brothers in a real match. I mean, I love the intensity they bring. The gimmick, okay, whatever. They're called the Bludgeon Brothers. They came out in the rip-off Kane uniforms.
But they kept their last names.
Yeah, and pretty weak gimmick, but excellent tag team. But so big, so dominant. I'm gonna enjoy this matchup when it actually happens.
Yeah, it's just I think everybody's just been waiting for it and see if the Usos are really the best, you know. But then again, you could just have, Road Dogg telling them you're going to be dropping this one, boys. So it's going to be a Bludgeon Brothers, and if that happens, I think it's going to piss off a lot of wrestlers too.
Well, they've been there for a while though.
True, I mean, but they've been going through gimmicks and gimmicks and gimmicks, and nothing works. And you got people that have been honing their gimmick for like 2 or 3 years, and they're still stuck in a rut. You know?
You know, but you look at it, the tag team division and on SmackDown outside of the Usos, New Days, Gable and Benjamin and Gable, and then now the Bludgeon Brothers. That's about it. So,
Yeah.
and now you look like the New Days feuding with Benjamin and Gable now. So, obviously, the Usos and the Bludgeon Brothers are what's left.
Yeah. I mean, you honestly see what they're doing here. You see, they brought in Ziggler in the beginning because the big news. Then you have KO and Zayn, which their main event talent doing their storyline's hot right now, honestly. And then you go from then you got a women's match, and then you got Corbin over KO, and then you just got everything else is like the U.S. Championship, the Tag Team Championship, and then now it's back to the WWE title for the main event, which is Ziggler over Zayn, and it's a fatal 5-way announced on the pay per view.
You know what? I'm gonna say it. Maybe it's not because it's probably because I'm a Ziggler fan. But how excellent of a ring worker is this man? Damn, did they put on a good match? Solid. I'd give it a 3.5 out of 5 star. Excellent work by Ziggler and Zayn.
Well, I mean, Zayn could. You knew Ziggler. You got two good workers just going to be out there, man. I honestly
Yeah.
knew that. Now it's just like, well, this is going to be good. I'm actually gonna go outside, smoke a few, and then come back in and see this match. But I oversmoked and I didn't see the match, but I saw the highlights and it looked pretty good. It honestly looked pretty good.
Network.
Yeah, it's just that's the talent, bro. It's talent.
No, I mean, you can watch
And
it on the network.
oh, I know that, but
uh,
I got my YouTube. I was just like, just highlights came on like 30 minutes after the show was over. So, but the Fatal 5-Way, what do you think about that? How do you?
oh, man. What did they put? I guess they're, first they had it at.
Where the lazy writing comes in, Rick.
Well, it's not the lazy writing. It's more like you look what they did to AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble, handicap match. And you turn around and you put him in a fatal 5-way. How much more are you trying to put AJ Styles over? The guy is already over. It should be like, 1-on-1 at the next pay per view. It just because he's not going to drop the title. There's just no way they're going to hand the title off of him. But the Fatal 5-Way is pretty much there to try and make it a little bit more excitement. So I get that, but just don't screw it up.
Yeah, I hear you on that.
I would much rather be a Fatal 4 and throw Baron Corbin's ass out of there. That dude has not done nothing to deserve a shot.
Well, it's just that other enforcer kind of big guy that.
But I still think somehow Sammy's going to screw over KO or KO's going to screw over Sammy, and that's going to be your WrestleMania. You write it down, WrestleMania. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Because remember, they said when they go into the match, there is no us. It's It's every man for himself.
I'm going to totally
they've been teasing, pulling them apart again.
What? I mean, just doesn't make no sense. I'm totally disagree with you. I think AJ Styles is going to win fucking clean. Just go on that ride to WrestleMania when he goes up against Shinsuke. And I'm hoping they give us a New Japan style kind of match, but I know they might. So, but yeah, we got the Fatal 5-Way announced at the pay per view. But I got a question for Rich over there.
All right.
And it's recently, I guess All-Star game is coming out tonight. You know, the skills challenge, and you got the All-Star games tomorrow. And the one thing that really irked me is the team captains thing, picking your team. And the one thing that I saw is LeBron James and Kevin Durant on the same team. And I'm like, dude, it's already over. It's like, what the fuck? You know, it's like, do you like the concept of having team captains picking the teams, or do you like the concept of having the rival conferences pick their best players and go after each other?
Okay, I'm going to bring it 50-50. I don't mind if they do a key team captain thing and have everybody pick their own teams. They didn't even televise the shit. I mean, what's the purpose of doing something if you're going to change it like that and then be like, oh, we're going to do a draft, but we're not going to have it on TV. We're going to let you guys draft from your locker rooms. What kind of shit is that? You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you saw what the NFL did. They had like Deion Sanders and Michael Irvin do this fantasy draft, and it was good for like 1 year, and then the next year it kind of got like, this is dumb. The year after that, and then finally they did away with it, but went back to the normal AFC versus NFC. So I think it's just something that they're trying out, but I don't think it's going to work. I think they need to keep it East versus West.
I honestly do think that they need to keep East versus West. Another one that did another sport was NHL. You know, they did, the world versus the North Americans, and then they went to the team captains thing, and then they finally reverted back to the East versus West. Or no, they're going through like divisions. They went through like this year it's divisions play, and I'm like, why are you trying all these experiments, dude? Just go back to the basic. Go back to tradition. Tradition works, East versus West. People are excited, dude. I was excited when I saw like Jason Kidd and Anthony Hardaway in the backcourt, or Michael Jordan and Isaiah Thomas, with Dennis Rodman and Patrick Ewing, and who else was on that team?
I don't remember. That was a long time ago.
It was, I think, the year that when Magic we won the All-Star Game MVP.
That
It was like,
was, yeah, it was back in the early 90s.
and then I remember the one in San Antonio. Those were East versus West games, and dude, and even Jordan's last All-Star game was even an epic, dude. Kobe Bryant ruined it. Everybody was pissed
Yep.
at Kobe Bryant about that. That's what I loved about East versus West, you know. And I don't know. It's just NBA's. I think they just ruined it, in my
See, at
opinion.
least the NFL went back to its original format and they brought some of the skills challenges back. But if you remember, like some of the skill challenges used to go on for like days, and now
Yeah,
you get an hour of the stuff. And I don't think it's about a competitive level, but I still think they need to add more, expand it more. The dodgeball is a cool concept, but
they need
we
to have
want to
that.
see the racing, the benching, and stuff. We need to see like they're not. Don't bring the flag football on the beach back. That's how injuries happen. Robert Edwards tore his knee completely up. So, but I still think you got to have like a celebrity flag football game like on the field like they used to. They
Yeah,
just don't do shit like that anymore. I mean,
no,
you look at least the NBA does a celebrity NBA game. So
yeah, and you got the celebrity softball game for the Major League Baseball.
yeah,
It's crazy
so
because Major League Baseball hasn't even done even all that. They still kept it American League versus the National League.
yep.
If you're at a National League park, we're going to go with no DH. If you're at an American League park, even though there's two teams that is an League or a National League, like
And
we're
I will say this: Major League Baseball at least has the best All Star game because the winner of the All Star game, whether it's American League or the National League, gets home field advantage in the World Series. So that's
yeah,
something to play for. NFL guys got there the week before the Super Bowl, and nobody wants to get hurt and ruin next year. So I'm just like, I can understand if you want to make it a little bit more competitive. Don't go out there. At least you know what. And maybe I'm on the one of the few that says, "Hey, you don't even have to go out there and have full contact football. Go out there and have a flag football Pro Bowl." If these guys are worried about getting hurt, I mean, you know what I'm saying? At least that way, maybe more people will play in it.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm just tired. I'm ready to see this skills challenge. I might not even watch the NBA All Star game tomorrow.
I don't. Me, for those that don't know, I could care less about any of the All Star games. To me, it's nothing but a popularity contest, and they're not even out there actually trying to play. So it's all for show, and I kind of understand
It
it.
just reminds me of the street ball that we had in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
But it was all right to watch until your brother and across street neighbor Justin went at it. Then it was fun.
Once the fists start flying apart.
Yeah, once you start.
Well, John, my brother John did not like playing basketball at all.
No.
He hated that sport.
But it was hockey, though. I remember it was icy one day, and all the kids brought out their hockey gear. And the next thing
we're out there like idiots. We're out there as teenage idiots with hockey sticks and playing street hockey. We didn't have ice skates on. We're out there in tennis shoes sliding. I'm surprised nobody broke a bone doing that. Broken ankle.
Yeah. And then lately, like, I'm out there already, and as soon as I step outside, I hear.
Yep.
And then I'm like, I look and it's.
Come on, let's go out here and play street hockey. He looks out, so you look outside and says, "You guys are crazy."
I walked outside and I see them start punching, and I was like, "Nope, walk back in."
Yeah, we tried.
My mom was like, "What's wrong? It's too cold." Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't know what got into us as kids. That's when somebody had a plexiglass and had a truck driving them around the neighborhood that day. That was back.
I think that was Big Al.
Yep.
That was Big Al. That was cool. So that was some end of the show. Thanks for reminiscing for 5 minutes. Yeah, that was pretty cool. But yeah, man. We'll catch us here at the end of the week. Again, next week we're doing another weekend review. So expect these weekly. Expect them between from Friday to Sunday, guaranteed.
And then, that and Sunday night live reactions for the pay-per-view.
Yep, pay-per-views, live reactions. So we're going to mostly be talking about some wrestling here, but also a lot of sports otherwise.
Yep.
Hit bits here and there. Our other partner, Scott Davis, is dealing with the flu. I hope he gets better. Flu season.
We ain't heard from him in a few days either since Wednesday. So hopefully he is okay.
Yep. I hope he gets back so he comes out here and get his comedic side of things and, and all that. We're just hoping he feels better. Yeah. Get better, Scott. Honestly, just get better, man. So you can come on here. And then other than that, any last words, Rich?
No, I think I'm going to go out here and chill for a while. I got to find something to eat for dinner, but other than that, I'm good.
For sure. I just cooked some cheese fries, and I think my parents are going to be upset because they think I made a mess.
You probably did.
I got to go check, dude. I got to go check. All I did was just put some slices and toss some fries. That's it. So, I know I'm going to have to clean up the pan, but there's just a lot of fries. I don't know if anybody's going to eat them. Stoner munchies. So, other than that, anyway, you guys catch you later. Yep. We'll hit you up next week. Peace, love, and happiness.
Out of here.